what's up? What's happening? My name is Dr. Clarence and welcome back to TV7 Live, where we get to give you all the artists and top trending topics. Alright, today we're gonna be talking about a controversial subject, a very controversial subject that Nelson Chamisa and Khupe are brewing a Mugabe style pre-independence beef, right? I'm gonna be explaining and I'm gonna be playing you clips and I'm gonna be telling you the reason why Khupe is the most important political gold in Zimbabwe right now and why everybody wants it. But in the meantime, before we even proceed, I would like to ask you for one favor. Please make sure you click the like button and subscribe to TV7 Live if you have not yet already done so, that you never miss any of our latest videos, because we make videos each and every day. While you're here, guys, don't forget to visit baee.co.uk for all your luxury wear. Yeah, so visit. I'm gonna show you the page. In no time, right? They got cool outfits, luxury, affordable bridal collection. So you might want to check out baee.co.uk. And guys, remember, our sponsors have nothing to do with the context of the content that we produce here, because I know it's controversial content and I'm the one who is controversial here. Alright guys, let's get straight into it without wasting any time. Big up and thank you for watching TV7 Live. Yeah.
Mugabe is one, and the political divide at the moment looks very like a divide between tribes. Now, Mr.
Nkomo, is this a country in two parts?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you're correct when you say the divide into tribes. Because if you talk of Shona and Ndebele, these are not tribes. These are a collection of tribes.
They speak different languages, don't they?
They speak different languages. There may be a variation of languages, but it is not correct to say Shona and Ndebele are two tribes.
Is there a danger that the divide, whether it's tribal or political or otherwise, in this election could have the seeds in it of a sort of even a fighting between you and the rest of the country?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that there would be fighting, and if there is a fighting, it would not be based on tribe or any divide of that kind. It appears one would say this in the face of it, but I do not think so. You have got to consider that our part.
Alright guys, now we're gonna talk about Zimbabwe 1980 election results. Former Tabeleland Joshua Nkomo got 15 seats and Robert Mugabe got 1 seat. Right? For the eastern provinces, or rather Shona-speaking provinces, Joshua Nkomo got 5 seats and Mugabe got 56 seats. 56 seats. Could Tabeleland be supporting Khupe the way they were supporting Joshua Nkomo? Khupe wants to turn this issue into a tribal issue, and she might actually be winning, and she might actually be the most important commodity, political commodity in Zimbabwe right now, because Chamisa wants her for the Tabeleland vote. On the other hand, the G40, the Mugabe cabal, want Khupe to join hands with Chamisa again, so that this may compromise ED's votes. On the other hand, ED wants Chamisa and Thokozani Khupe to split, right? Thereby splitting MDC votes on every level, councillor level, MP level, right? And even presidential level. Because vanhu vemuZimbabwe havasati vadzidza kuvhotera macandidates, they still vote for the party tag. Now imagine pachibepa chekuvhotera cheche pakanzi MDC Alliance, pasi pakanzi MDC T. Kana munhu achida kuvhotera MP achavhotera ani? The confusion will bring MDC down, and ZANU-PF will win with flying colors. All right, let's talk about beef. The beef Southern Rhodesian, the beef before independence. Joshua Nkomo and Mugabe. 1980 elections. These guys were not yet united. They were not yet united. Robert Mugabe, ZANU-PF won 57 seats. 57 seats. Right? You can check out per Wikipedia. Joshua Nkomo got 20 seats. Right? Ian Smith won 20 seats also. Abel Muzorewa got only 3. Now Ian Smith and Joshua Nkomo both had 20 seats each, and Nkomo was made only a minister. On what basis was Joshua Nkomo demanding to be the president, or rather vice president, when he had the same seats with Ian Smith? What did Joshua Nkomo do? He turned it tribal, and it became we were fighting for black power. But now that your tribe has more votes, what about my tribe? That is when the beef started. My dissidents into Bana uprising, leading pro-independence to the Gukura Hundi, to the when they reunited again. Right? But on what basis? The basis is simple. The basis was not tribal. The basis was Joshua Nkomo began the struggle for a free Zimbabwe before Robert Mugabe. That is the same struggle that Thokozani Khupe now is having with Chamisa. She served as a vice president longer than Nelson Chamisa. She is actually an elected vice president by whoever votes for vice presidents in the MDC political party. So this is history repeating itself. But Zwicha Famba say, what will happen? The one with more money, the person with more money will control Thokozani Khupe and will benefit. That's why I'm saying Thokozani Khupe is now the most important commodity in Zimbabwean politics. With MDC Alliance on the way, this is what will happen. With MDC Alliance on the way, Thokozani Khupe won't benefit, because the president will be either Osman Ngube, Tendai Biti. It will never be Thokozani Khupe. Now Thokozani Khupe is forcing the alliance to talk with her, because remember earlier on she had rejected the idea of the alliance. That's why she stopped attending MDC meetings, right? Before Changirai was gone, she already had beef with Changirai. They already had differences. Now, if Nelson Chamisa wins the election, there is nothing for Thokozani Khupe. So Thokozani Khupe, what does she want? She wants power. And if she doesn't get it, she will split the MDC votes. and she will get them. Big up to everybody who's watching us live, guys. Keep those likes coming. Keep those likes. Subscribe if you've not yet already done so. Wisdom Bobby, Kuda Kwashe Mahaso, Brightest Williams Mashemba says, Doc Mursei, Juk Fire, and the network Yeka Dakwa. I'm very sorry about that, guys. Doc, a game rebuys. Guys, remember, visit baee.co.uk for all your luxury, affordable bridal wear. These guys ship worldwide, and remember, our sponsors have nothing to do with the context of the content that we produce. All right, I'm gonna continue playing Joshua Nkomo's speech, or rather audio, and we're gonna be explaining more and more. And guys, keep your comments coming. Tell me what you think. Will Thokozani Khupe split the MDC vote for the benefits of Emmerson Mnangagwa? Or will Thokozani Khupe just choose to let things go and she becomes powerless and useless and watch Chamisa rise? Did Thokozani Khupe really meet President Mugabe? What was Thokozani Khupe talking with the G40 in Cape Town? Was the G40 telling Thokozani Khupe to get back to the MDC so that the MDC can become powerful? Because obviously Mugabe doesn't want Mnangagwa to win. This then becomes paradoxical. You see? This is paradoxical. This is a paradoxical situation here.
Set up of the executive.
Are you still very bitter at the campaign that Mr. Mugabe waged?
I never was bitter. That's one thing I don't have.
All right. Joshua Nkomo was not bitter about Mugabe. That's what he says. Now take a look at this.
You're saying that the vanguard of the country, I am an elected vice president of this party, elected by Congress. Who the hell are you? Are you in any tax statute? Can you please get out, all of you? Out! Can you please get out, all of you? Don't come and promote us here. Get out! I'm saying get out, get out!
That is Mama Thokozani Khupe
Get out!
behaving like Grace Mugabe.
I'm saying get out!
Although this is not a recent clip, right? She clipped Jani Chinguvaish. But this lady was clearly angry. That's her character. Look at all those people, all those men. I have nothing against Khupe personally. I have nothing against him. I'm just giving you the facts, guys.
Get out, my brother.
Alright, right now let me just read a comment. One comment, I saw a long comment here, is from Geringara. Geringara says she wants power. The alliance, the split, the control of Matebeleland. She already knew she had no support of the MDC, and she is using the tribalism card to attempt to regain control, and she will win. Thank you for that comment, Geringara. I think she will win using the tribal card, because we Zimbabweans as a people, we are not yet politically mature. You see, we are not yet. Zivai says Chamisa anodiwa nevan plus anotaura zvine musoro. Thank you Zivai for that comment. Zivai by Mugisha. Yes, it's true, Chamisa anodiwa nevan and Mugabe aidiwa nevano. Right? But Nkomo started the struggle. Thokozani Khupe was the vice president first. She is the elected vice president, elected democratically, and this party has the word democratic in its party name, Movement for Democratic Change. What example? Right? This is where some people then perpetuate Nelson Chamisa as a dictator. Right? The simple fact that she is loved by the people doesn't put aside the fact that he might be a dictator. And remember, Joshua Nkomo warned the people that Mugabe by installing Mugabe, they might actually be installing a dictator. But I'm not saying Chamisa is a dictator, because I think the way he got power is constitutional, according to me, right? The article that says Chamisa is a dictator, accidentally or coincidentally, was published by Bulawayo 24. So I would expect such a heading to come from a Bulawayo-based blog, website, or newspaper. You see, already the tribalism card is at play here.
Do you think so?
You appeared at one stage, at a number of stages, to be referring to him as Idi Amin. I know you didn't mention him by name, but you did mention that Idi Amin was campaigning in Rhodesia.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say Idi Amin was campaigning. I said if there are people who compel you by force, who want to get votes out of you by compulsion, then you must be careful that you do not elect an Idi Amin.
Who were you referring to?
I refer to people who did. It was not just
Mr. Mugabe.
one person. I'm not going to say those things. It was not just one person. It was not just one party. There were two or so parties that were doing that type of thing.
Well, whatever you felt at the time, what do you feel about Mr. Mugabe now? Will you join his government?
Well, that depends on our negotiations. We're going to talk about this.
But would you like to?
Well, it's not a question of liking.
He'd like you to.
Well, I don't
He
think
said so.
I don't think it's just liking to. It's the consideration of the importance of that arrangement in as far as the national affairs are concerned. So it's not a question of liking to, it's a question as to whether it would be to the national interest.
If he
Alright guys, this problem happened. I'm going to read your comments, Egypt. I'm going to read your comments. Mary Chasura, Kenneth, I'm going to read your comments. Geringara, Annabelle, Samshu, I'm going to read your comments. But Nyai, it takes us back as soon as Zimbabweans. We had this problem in 1980, in the 80s. We're having this problem now. We still have the Gukurahundi issue at hand. We have not yet come up with a solution, right? United States of America could a solution. That's why yet Trump was winning based on the college, the people who my votes, maybe in Zimbabwe, we may then decide with my votes. Arkuya per city, or per province, based on the number of provinces we have, or based on the number of tribal divides that we have. We just accept that we are different tribes, and each tribe puts a vote, right? My election antanga kuitwa. Let's say Pangarangara tribe, Panzi Muruda Wopi Mananga Rana Chamisa. Voter. Kanar Mananga Gawin and majority vote in India, one vote for the Ngarangara tribe. We go to another tribe, we go to another tribe. We accept that we are different tribes. Then we deal with this issue once and for all. That is the way they are doing it in the United States of America. Right? Now when we have 15 tribes having to vote for one president, the president will have to come from one of those tribes. No doubt. No doubt. Tribalism once and for all. I think this is what we should amend in our constitution. Alright. Let me read comments. Mary Chasura says, hi, Doku Wakadzi Vani Zungu man. Ngavaziye mapoto. Kevin Marvin, did say. Annabelle. Kenneth Marvin says, Zimbabwe is not ready to be ruled by a woman. Guide easy Khupe. Annabelle then comes back saying, Khupe, be steady. Antika, we are not playing here. William Mashemba writes, history repeats itself. Keep those likes coming, guys. I'm gonna finish playing Joshua Nkomo's speech.
You to be president of the new Zimbabwe, would you accept?
No, thanks.
Why not?
A constitutional president really is an inactive job, very inactive. And I'm not the type of person who would sit there for just this constitutional figurehead, that type of thing, no thanks.
So it's got to be a ministerial job?
I suppose so, yes.
What sort of job would you like?
No, we're going to discuss about that.
Finally, what sort of change would you particularly like to see in this country as soon as possible? So it's got to be a ministerial job?
As constitutional figurehead, that type of thing, not there for just this constitutional figurehead, that type of thing, not job, very inactive. A constitutional president really is an inactive job, very inactive. And I'm not the type of person who would sit there for just this constitutional figurehead, that type of thing, no thanks.
So it's got to be a ministerial job?
Alright, in this time, Nkomo didn't want a presidential job because he said it's just a constitutional figurehead who is inactive. I think Dr. Mengene, my prime minister. And then he said, I would rather be a minister. And for sure, for some time, I got a minister of Home Affairs.
Also, yes.
What sort of job would you like?
No, we're going to discuss about that.
Finally, what sort of change would you particularly like to see in this country as soon as possible?
Well, the most important change in this country is that of our people recognizing themselves as one. What I mean is this: we have been divided into racial groups, white people, black people, so that all that was different, be it in economic life, be it in ordinary social life, was based on this black and white. Once you change this and you make our people feel that they're one, then all those things that were divided along those lines.
Ronald McCream says, I think this guy has to be one of them to breed the ruling party. If they're not going to do that, they're not going to make it. Oh, sorry, Ronald McCream and Diason. Let me try reading maybe this. I think this guy that has to be one of them to breed the ruling party. If they are not going to do that, they are not going to make it. I think they Ronald is saying they need Thokozani Khupe. He writes another comment, says she is not playing. I believe she can win, but this guy, they have to do it together. Yes, Ronald McCream, they have to do it together, but I think it also depends on, can Thokozani Khupe be bought to split these guys? Can she be bought? Golizashin Yagato, big up, enough respect to you. Another question is another question. Oh yeah, I'm going to take what car here. In case you missed this clip, this is a clip of Thokozani Khupe behaving in a very strange way. This is not really a recent video, but it matters. That is Thokozani Khupe.
You are saying as the vanguard of the country, I am an elected vice president of this country, elected by Congress. Who the hell are you?
She's not even clashing with Chamisa. She's clashing with the vanguard. I don't know the issue. I don't know the story. Khupe was clashing with Morgan Changirai, right? MDC was almost dead. The hope was lost because of Changirai's illness. But now I personally think Nelson Chamisa has given the MDC new life. And right now, President Emerson Mnangagwa is in shock. That's what I think.
I need any tax cuts. Can you please get out, all of you? Out! Can you please get out, all of you? Don't come and provoke us here. Get out! I say get out, get out! I don't want to be provoked. Get out of this meeting now! I say get out!
Apparently, Nelson Chamisa's MDC Alliance rally in Bulawayo, or rather in Matabeleland. I think it was a success. Geringara, big up. Thank you guys for your comments. Geringara says either way she will win. The fact that she is failing to negotiate with Nelson Chamisa is because she is being offered big offers from many angles. I have two scenarios. That's Geringara. Geringara writes scenario number 1: NPF will use Khupe to win support from more women and Matabeleland, and they will be both MDC and ZANU-PF. I'm waiting for scenario number 2. In the meantime, as we wait for scenario number 2 from Geringara, keep those likes coming. Keep those likes coming. And subscribe to TV7 Live. Big up to everybody who's watching us live. Thank you guys for supporting TV7 Live. And remember, support BAEE.co.uk. Right? These guys have a luxury, affordable bridal collection. Wedding dresses, bridesmaids and prom dresses. They ship worldwide. Masini chirungu ka anova ku UK, ku England baba. There's some, okay, I'm just opening ngona masempo achona. Amen. But we still bashura ka. Pamwe tikazochata out chatengawe gogo. But I think these guys have nice stuff. I'm waiting, guys. I'm waiting for scenario number 2. I'm waiting for scenario number 2. Okay, Geringara comes with scenario number 2. Scenario number 2, Khupe may be under ED payroll. Once she is booted out, she will go to the High Courts, Nenya Congress. The courts will rule against Chamisa, and LD will have a weaker opponent and win. 2 scenarios. Scenario number 3. Scenario number 3. Okay, that is scenario number 2.5, in fact, because it's more like scenario number 2. If she splits, she will stand also in the presidential race. Depending on whether she has an agreement with ED, she can also stand for president. And she may get 15% of the total votes. Right? 15 to 20%. And we may have a scenario where both political parties are, or not both rather. When I say both, I mean MDC Alliance and ZANU-PF, because they are the major parties. We may have a situation where the major parties fail to bypass the 51% needed to actually win. We may have never-ending runoffs. I don't know how runoffs work. Either all the other contestants will be eliminated. I don't know about that. Alright guys, Dr. Clarence, TV7 Live. Thank you everybody for watching TV7 Live. Thank you everybody for supporting TV7 Live. Thank you for your likes. Nyaya ziri kunakidza mana. Nyaya ziri kunakidza the politics. But what I may say guys, vote wisely, especially pa level rema MP nima councillor. Musa votere zitare pata kumana votera vanhu. I think you've seen what has been happening in our parliament. My MP they don't even know their job. They just go there to sit and get paid. Right? Those guys should be active in parliament. But we see same faces, same people active in parliament each and every day. So guys, vote for people. Vote for people, not political party. Tino Majoni. Thank you everybody. Dr. Clarence, TV7 Live. I am out.